Have you ever tried to stand up from your favorite chair and felt like your knees were made of wood? Maybe you've woken up in the morning, stretched your arms, and realized your shoulders aren't quite as limber as they used to be. If so, you're not alone. That quiet stiffness, that subtle resistance when you move it, creeps up slowly, and before you know it, you're adjusting how you walk, how you bend, even how you sleep, all to avoid that uncomfortable tightness in your joints. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. Joint stiffness is incredibly common after 60, but it's not something you just have to accept. In fact, with a few simple changes, you might be surprised by how much better you can feel, how much smoother your movements become, how much more confident you feel stepping out the door. Today, we're going to have a heart-to-heart about something that affects nearly all of us as we age. And no, it's not about miracle cures or expensive treatments. It's about easy, natural changes you can start today, no matter your fitness level, that can make a powerful difference in how your joints feel tomorrow, next week, and even years down the road. Let's begin with something you might not expect: how you start your day. Believe it or not, the first 10 minutes after you wake up can either ease your joints into a good rhythm or make the stiffness worse. A lot of people wake up and go straight into their morning routine without really giving their body a moment to warm up. But after a night of stillness, your joints need a gentle invitation to start moving again. So instead of hopping out of bed right away, try this. Before your feet even touch the floor, stretch your arms overhead slowly, take a deep breath, and gently roll your ankles and wrists a few times. This simple motion helps stimulate fluid in your joints, which acts like nature's own lubricant. Think of it like warming up an old engine new. Don't just hit the gas and expect it to run smoothly. You let it ease into the day. Then, once you're out of bed, consider doing a light mobility routine. Nothing fancy, just 3 to 5 minutes of gentle movement. You can try slow shoulder rolls, hip circles, even a few marches in place. These tiny exercises help increase blood flow and wake up your muscles and connective tissue. And when your muscles are warm, they don't tug so hard on your joints. It's a quiet way to say to your body, hey, we've got this. Now, let's talk about the secret hero when it comes to joint health: hydration. You've probably heard all your life how important it is to drink water. But here's what most people don't realize. Your joints are surrounded by fluid-filled sacs and cartilage, and these are made up mostly of water. When you're dehydrated, those cushions can dry out and shrink, making it feel like your bones are grinding against each other. That's when stiffness turns into discomfort. Discomfort can turn into avoidance. You start moving less, which only makes things worse. The fix: keep water within arm's reach. Try sipping throughout the day instead of drinking a large glass all at once. And if plain water isn't your favorite, add a squeeze of lemon, a few slices of cucumber, or a sprig of mint. It doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is that your body is being nourished from the inside out. Another thing that often gets overlooked is how much your posture affects your joints. Think about it. If you're hunched over for hours reading, watching TV, or scrolling on your phone, your spine, hips, and knees are all being held in awkward positions. Over time, your body adapts to those positions, and not in a good way. Muscles tighten, joints stiffen, and movement becomes harder than it needs to be. So what can you do? Try this simple practice. Once every hour, stand up and do a posture reset. Just roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and take a deep breath. Then gently sway side to side or walk a few steps. That small interruption in your sitting time can relieve pressure on your lower back and hips. And over time, these moments add up. And don't worry, this isn't about standing up perfectly straight like a soldier. It's about reconnecting with how your body naturally wants to move. Because your body does want to move. It's built to, even after 60, even after 70. Movement is your best medicine. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to become a yoga master. But if you can find ways to bring a little more gentle movement into your day, your joints will thank you. Let me share a story. A woman named Linda, 68 years old, told me that she used to dread walking down the stairs. Her knees would ache, and sometimes they even buckled. She figured it was just old age and didn't think much could be done. But then, she started doing a 5-minute morning stretch routine while the coffee brewed. She focused on ankle circles, standing quad stretches, and just gently squatting down and back up with a chair behind her. Within a couple of weeks, those stairs didn't seem so intimidating. The tightness in her knees began to ease. It wasn't magic, it was simply momentum. That little change kick-started something in her body, and that gave her the confidence to keep going. That's the beauty of small, simple actions. They open the door. They don't require willpower or discipline, they just need a little intention. And while we're talking about movement, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how important it is to listen to your body without letting fear drive your choices. Many people stop moving as much because they're afraid of falling or making something worse. But ironically, not moving can increase stiffness and make your joints even more vulnerable. What helps is finding that sweet spot, moving in ways that feel safe, supported, and gentle. Things like walking in a pool, stretching on a soft mat, or even dancing slowly to your favorite old tune in the living room. Your body is incredibly adaptive. No matter what your starting point is, it's never too late to improve how you feel. And the journey doesn't need to be overwhelming. It starts with small, easy steps. A stretch in the morning, a few extra sips of water, a posture check while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. These are the moments that make up your day, and your days make up your life. So, if you've ever felt like joint stiffness was just a part of getting older, I want you to know something. It doesn't have to be. There's more comfort, more ease, and more freedom available to you starting right now. Exactly where you are now. Let's keep this momentum going and explore more ways to support your joints so you can keep doing the things you love with strength, confidence, and grace. One of the most overlooked ways to reduce joint stiffness is also one of the simplest. Breathing, but not just any breathing. I'm talking about intentional, mindful breathing that helps calm your nervous system, ease tension in your muscles, and even reduce inflammation in your joints. When we're stressed or in pain, we tend to hold our breath or breathe in short, shallow bursts that creates a ripple effect in the body. Muscles tighten, joints get less circulation, and pain or stiffness often increases. So try this with me. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can. Inhale slowly through your nose, counting to 4. Now exhale gently through your mouth, counting to 6. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your chest soften. Just 2 or 3 of these. Deep breaths can change how your body feels in an instant. It seems small, but over time, it can train your body to stay in a more relaxed, mobile state throughout the day. Now, speaking of daily habits, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for keeping your joints healthy: consistent, limp movement. It might sound boring, it might not be flashy, but consistency is where the magic happens. Think of your joints like hinges on a door. If that door isn't opened regularly, those hinges get creaky. The same is true for your body. So, what counts as limb-packed movement? Walking is a great one. Not power walking. Not racing down the street. Just a comfortable pace, swinging your arms naturally, maybe even smiling at the neighbors or the trees along the way. If the weather isn't great, walking around your home or a shopping center works too. The goal isn't distance or speed, it's movement. If walking isn't your thing, consider gentle yoga or Tai Chi. These practices are wonderful for joint mobility, balance, and coordination. They teach you how to move your body with awareness, how to stretch without strain, and how to build strength without stress. Even doing a few gentle yoga poses using a chair for support can open up your hips, your shoulders, and your spine in ways that feel incredible. There's also something beautiful about moving to music. Put on a favorite tune maybe, something from your youth that makes your foot tap and your heart smile, and just let yourself sway. There's no right way to dance. Just move however your body wants to move. This kind of playful movement is not only good for your joints, but also lifts your mood, eases stress, and reminds you that joy and freedom are still yours to claim. Now, while movement is essential, what you eat plays a huge role too. Certain foods can either help your joints feel better or make stiffness worse. One of the best things you can do for your joints is to focus on reducing inflammation through your diet. That means including foods that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds. Omega-3 South help to lubricate the joints and ease inflammation, making movement feel smoother and more natural. Colorful fruits and vegetables are your allies here as well. Berries, spinach, broccoli, and sweet potatoes are packed with antioxidants that support joint health. And turmeric, the golden spice often used in curries, has been shown to reduce joint pain in many people. You can sprinkle it into soups, mix it into smoothies, or make a warm turmeric tea in the evening. It's a gentle way to give your body what it needs. But just as important as what you eat is what you avoid. Foods high in added sugars, processed oils, or excessive salt can contribute to joint inflammation. That doesn't mean you can never have a treat. Life's meant to be enjoyed. But being mindful of how certain foods make you feel afterward can help you make choices that support your comfort and mobility. And let's not forget about weight. This isn't about appearance, it's about pressure. For every extra pound on your body, your knees can feel like they're carrying for extra pounds. That adds up quickly. So even small shifts like trimming portion sizes slightly, or choosing a piece of fruit instead of something fried can lighten the load on your joints. You don't need to chase a number on the scale. You just want to give your body the space to move more freely and with less strain. I once met a man named Charles, 72 years old, who used to love hiking, but his knees had gotten so stiff and sore, he stopped going out entirely. He thought those days were behind him, but then he started making little changes, drinking more water, walking around the block twice a day, adding some blueberries to his breakfast, and doing a few standing stretches before dinner. Within a month, he didn't feel so stiff getting out of bed. Within 2 months, he was back on the trails, just short ones, but with a big grin on his face. He didn't overhaul his life. He just gave his body what it needed: consistency, care, and kindness. And that's the heart of it, really. Reducing joint stiffness isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's not about becoming an athlete. It's about giving your body a chance to do what it was designed to do: move, breathe, bend, stretch, and enjoy life. One small habit at a time. Now, if there's one more habit I'd love to encourage, it's restorative sleep. I know sleep can get tricky as we get older, but it's during deep, restful sleep that the body does its repair work. If you're tossing and turning all night, your joints don't get the recovery time they need. So create a sleep environment that supports deep rest. Make sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. Try turning off screens an hour before bed and doing a short stretching routine or breathing exercise instead. Even a warm bath with Epsom salts can help your muscles relax and ease joint tension before sleep. When your body rests well, it heals better. Your joints become less inflamed, your muscles less tense, and your whole system works more smoothly. That stiffness you feel in the morning, it starts to fade, slowly but surely. All of these things, movement, breath, food, rest there, like threads in a tapestry. When you weave them together with intention, you create a picture of wellness that's not only possible, but sustainable. So, if your joints have been holding you back lately, if stiffness has crept in and made things feel harder than they should, you're not stuck. There are simple, doable things you can begin right now that can ease that stiffness, bring back your mobility, and help you feel more alive in your body again. Let's keep going. You're doing beautifully. And we're not done yet. Still more we can do to help your joints feel the way they were meant to, free, flexible, and ready to carry you through life with comfort and strength. As we continue, there's one more key piece to this puzzle that often gets left out of the conversation around joint stiffness. Your mindset. Yes, how you think about your body can directly affect how your body feels. That might sound a little surprising, but let me explain. When you wake up each day expecting pain, expecting difficulty, your body often responds in kind. Tension builds in the muscles. You brace for discomfort. Movement becomes hesitant and guarded. But what if, instead, you started your day with a simple thought like, today, I'm going to move with ease, or my joints are strong and supported. This isn't wishful thinking. It's something called neuromuscular patterning, basically. The way your brain communicates with your muscles and joints. If your brain is sending fear signals, your body tightens up. If it's sending safe, confident signals, your body softens and moves more freely. The way we speak to ourselves matters more than we realize. That's why incorporating gentle visualization or positive self-talk into your daily routine can be surprisingly powerful. You might take a few moments before you move to imagine your joints bathed in warm light, moving smoothly, comfortably. You might thank your knees for carrying you, your hands for holding and creating, your back for supporting you. This kind of loving awareness creates a connection between your mind and your body, and connection is what heals. Now let's talk about something even more physical, but just as gentle: massage and touch. You don't need a professional massage therapist, though that's certainly a lovely treat if you enjoy it. What I'm referring to is self-massage or using simple tools at home. For example, gently massaging your knees or ankles in the morning using a bit of warm oil. Something like olive, coconut, or arnica oil can stimulate circulation and soothe tight tissues. Just a few minutes of rubbing in small circles, moving up toward the heart, can wake up the area and reduce morning stiffness. You can also use a soft massage ball or even a rolled up pair of socks under your feet while sitting to loosen up the plantar fascia, the connective tissue that runs along the bottom of your foot. You'd be amazed at how tight feet can contribute to stiffness in your knees, hips, and even back. A little attention to your foundation goes a long way. And of course, heat is one of nature's best remedies. A warm shower in the morning or a heated compress placed on stiff joints can bring nearly instant relief. Heat helps relax the muscles around the joints, allowing more freedom of movement. You might even invest in a small heating pad or use a microwavable rice pack in the evenings while you relax in your chair. These small comforts matter, they're not luxuries. They're care. At this point, maybe you're starting to feel a little more hopeful, a little more connected to your body again. That's the goal. Because one of the hardest parts about joint stiffness is the way it makes you feel like your body is betraying you. But in truth, your body isn't giving up on you, it's just asking for a little extra support, a little more kindness. And that brings us to perhaps the most important reminder of all. You are not alone. So many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are dealing with the same challenges, the same creaky knees, the same tight shoulders, the same fear of falling or of not being able to do the things they love. But every day, more and more people are also discovering that even small changes, new morning routine, a bit more movement, a shift in mindset can unlock a new level of comfort and confidence. And when they do, they often say the same thing: I wish I had started sooner. So wherever you are on your journey, please don't wait for everything to be perfect. You don't need to feel strong before you start stretching. You don't need to feel flexible before you begin moving. Start right where you are with what you have, and just take one step forward. Maybe today that means rolling your shoulders a few times and taking a deep breath. Maybe it means filling up a water bottle and setting a reminder to sip every hour. Maybe it means standing up from your chair during TV, commercials, and walking a few loops around the room. Whatever it is, let it be simple. Let it be enough. You might be surprised at how quickly your body responds to even the gentlest acts of care, and not just physically. As your joints begin to loosen and your steps feel lighter, something else shifts too. Your energy, your mood, your confidence. You begin to feel more like yourself again. And isn't that what this is really all about? Feeling like yourself. Being able to get down on the floor with your grandkids, tend to your garden, take a walk without worry, or simply move through the day without that heavy, dragging stiffness slowing you down. You deserve that freedom, that ease, that sense of possibility in your body, no matter your age. So I encourage you, keep listening to your body. Keep honoring it with movement, nourishment, breath, and rest. Keep choosing small steps of care, because over time, they add up to something powerful. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not too old. You are becoming day by day, moment by moment, more empowered version of yourself. So keep going, keep showing up for your health. Keep treating your joints like the sacred, hard-working parts of you that they are. And when those small shifts begin to work, when you notice that first morning stretch isn't as stiff, or that walk to the mailbox feels easier, I hope you'll pause for a moment, smile, and say to yourself, I did that, because you did, you are, and you will. Here's to comfort, confidence, and movement, one simple step at a time. By now, you've gathered something important. It's not one big change that makes your joints feel better. It's the small, thoughtful ones, done consistently, that add up to real results. Like brushing your teeth or watering a plant. A little effort done often is far more powerful than an intense burst that's never repeated. And when it comes to caring for your joints, that philosophy is your greatest ally. But let me ask you something a bit deeper. What would you do if your joints didn't hold you back? Would you travel more? Pick up an old hobby again? Play longer? with the grandkids, sleep more soundly at night? It's a powerful question because often joint stiffness doesn't just affect your body, it affects your choices, your confidence, your joy. And the truth is, you deserve to live fully, not carefully. That's why I want to leave you with this final habit. It might sound simple, but it can be life-changing. Keep your joy in motion. I know, it sounds poetic, but hear me out. When you move in ways that bring you joy, not because you have to, but because you want to, your brain releases natural, feel-good chemicals. Endorphins, dopamine, even serotonin. These help reduce the perception of pain and stiffness. They ease tension in your body and improve circulation. And most importantly, they remind you that movement isn't a punishment. It's a gift, so find something that makes you want to move. Maybe it's gardening, reaching into the soil and feeling the earth in your hands. Maybe it's walking around your neighborhood with a good friend and sharing stories. Maybe it's putting on that old Elvis record and dancing in the kitchen like nobody's watching. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You just need a little spark, a reason to move, a reason to reconnect with the part of you that still feels light, still feels strong, still feels free. And if that spark feels far away, don't worry. It's not gone, it's just quiet. Stiffness, fatigue, even fear can dim it. But the moment you start tending to yourself with gentle movement, nourishing food, good rest, and kindness, that spark begins to glow again. You'll feel it the first time you stand up, and don't feel that tight pull in your knees. You'll feel it when you climb the stairs without gripping the railing so hard. You'll feel it when you wake up one morning and realize, wait a second, I feel good today. That's the transformation we're after. Not perfection, not youth, but ease, comfort, freedom. And if you're someone who's been struggling for a while, who's been told that stiffness is just a normal part of getting older, please take this moment to rewrite that story. Getting older doesn't mean getting stuck. It doesn't mean living in pain. It means becoming wiser about what your body needs, more attentive to how you care for it, and more compassionate with yourself every step of the way, because you've earned that compassion. Every wrinkle, every ache, every step slower than it used to be, all tells a story of a life lived. And your body, even in its challenges, is still your partner, still rooting for you, still capable of healing in ways that might surprise you. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start with what feels doable. A few more steps a day, a little more water, a few deep breaths in the morning. That's where the change begins. And here's the best part: when you start taking these small steps, other things begin to shift too. Your mood improves, your sleep deepens, you start trusting your body again. And when you trust your body, you move with more ease, more confidence. That confidence spills into other areas of your life, your relationships, your daily routine, even the way you carry yourself. It's a ripple effect, a beautiful one, and it all begins with honoring your joints, not fighting them, not ignoring them, but treating them with the care they've always deserved. So today, I invite you to choose one small action. Maybe it's a 5-minute stretch before breakfast. Maybe it's putting on your favorite music and dancing for a few minutes. Maybe it's choosing a colorful anti-inflammatory meal, or just pausing to breathe deeply and gently roll your shoulders. Whatever it is, let it come from a place of love, not obligation, because love, that soft, steady kind of love, is the strongest motivator of all. And now, as we come to the end of this time together, I want to thank you Thank you for showing up for yourself, for listening, for caring, for believing that better is still possible, because it is. It always is. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments. Tell us your favorite way to move or what's helped you feel better in your body. You never know who you might inspire with your story, and if you found value here, consider giving the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more supportive, uplifting, and practical advice to help you feel your best, no matter your age. Because this is just the beginning. There are so many ways to feel better, live brighter, and embrace the years ahead with strength, joy, and grace. Here's to you, your joints, your journey, and your joy. May each step feel lighter, each morning feel easier, and each day bring you closer to the freedom you deserve. You've got this, and we're right here.